Hi, my name is James N. Watts, and I am a knitwear designer and musician from Houston, Texas, currently living in Zagreb, Croatia. And I am super excited to announce that I will be teaching 2 workshops with the Barcelona Knits Festival this year in November. So the 2 workshops I'm going to be teaching are an intro to lace knitting class, as well as a class on modular join-as-you-go knitting technique. Okay, so the lace knitting class is going to be perfect for all levels, even people with absolutely no lace knitting experience. We will go over the basic stitches you need to do any lace knitting. We will work through a few swatches. You will learn how to apply these skills to any of my lace patterns from some of my popular warm weather knits, such as the pure mesh pullover, and look at my holes, both really neat mesh designs, as well as a little bit more advanced stuff like more motivic lace knitting, such as what I'm wearing. This is my dappled lace raglan. So beyond learning the basics, we will talk a lot about learning how to read your lace knitting, which is super important, and learning to identify, find, and correct mistakes, which we'll also go over. Okay, and the second workshop that I will be teaching, I'm really excited about. It is all about modular join-as-you-go knitting technique, which is a technique I love using in my designs. If you're familiar with any of my modular patterns, they are super colorful. They're great for color-changing yarns. They look fancy and impressive, but once you learn the technique, you realize they are actually simple, easy to knit, and really fun. So just an example, this is one of my modular patterns, Beads of Joy. And I love to use color-changing yarns like Noro yarns for these patterns, but basically the way it works is all of these pieces are knit individually. So it looks like a colorwork pattern, but you're not doing any intarsia, you're not dealing with multiple balls of yarn, you're not doing stranded color work. You're knitting each of these separately and letting the color changing yarn do the work for you. And then at the end, rather than having a ton of pieces to seam together, that's where the technique of modular join-as-you-go knitting comes in, because every time you finish one piece, you are then knitting the next piece directly onto the edge of the previously knit piece. So it's totally seamless. And in this class, you'll learn all the basic techniques to do this and to work any of my modular patterns. We'll go through some swatches together. And I think you'll also leave feeling like you have a good understanding of the technique to even be creative and play around with it on your own, make up your own modular projects, actually. And here's another one of my modular designs. This is my first one, Mystic Square. So anyway, that's just a brief overview of the 2 workshops I'm going to be teaching, and I really hope to see some of you there in November. Bye!